Here we are, September 2024. And if you follow the channel, you know this has been the year that I've been on the hunt for the perfect Wi-Fi security camera. We've come so close this year, but I don't know if we've quite found it yet. Today, we're going to try it again with the Reolink Altas PT Ultra. Let's talk about it. What up, everybody? George Langabeer here. Yeah, still looking for that perfect Wi-Fi security camera. And man, when it comes to finding that camera, there are so many options to consider. Today, we're going to talk about one from Reolink and see how it stacks up. It's the Reolink Altas PT Ultra. I want to thank Reolink for sending me this camera. This is not a sponsored video. They just sent it to me to try out. Doesn't really matter because I'm always going to tell you like it is. But with this camera, I'm going to tell you everything about it. We're going to unbox it. I'm going to talk installation and setup. I'm going to talk price and specs, and I'm going to give you my full review, pros and cons. Let's get started with the unboxing. All right, let's talk setup and installation. Setup is very simple. Get the Reolink app. If you haven't already, sign up for an account. Then you're going to add a device. You're going to scan a QR code, and then it takes you through it step by step. It takes under 5 minutes to set up this camera. As far as installation, just a couple screws, put it wherever you want. This is a battery camera, so you have a lot of flexibility. As long as your Wi-Fi reaches, you can pretty much put it anywhere. And then they give you the option to add a solar panel, which is what I did. So it's great that you have that flexibility. But again, a couple screws and you're good to go. So very easy to set up and very easy to install. All right, moving on to price and specs. As far as price, check in the description of this video. I've got the affiliate links. I've got the Reolink website. I've got the Amazon affiliate links. Prices may vary because you can do this as a battery camera or with the solar panel. So check that out in the description for the price. As far as specs, this has 4K resolution. It has a 20,000 milliampere battery. And get this, that gives you up to 8 days of 24/7. That's continuous 4K recording on a battery camera. That's unheard of. You can't normally do continuous recording on a battery camera. I love that you can do that here. Now, if you put it on motion detection mode, not continuous recording, Reolink is saying you can get up to 500 days of battery life. Now, I haven't had it that long to try it out, but that's what they're saying. This has Reolink's industry-leading ColorX night vision. If you've never checked out their ColorX, it's fantastic. It almost makes it look like daylight at night. Speaking of battery life, that ColorX technology increases battery efficiency up to 30%. This is a 360-degree pan tilt with auto tracking camera, meaning that when it sees an object, it will follow it, and you can go that 360 degrees. Now, again, you have two different power options. You can either use the battery or add a solar panel. You have up to 512 gigs of local storage. That's awesome, so no monthly fee. This is a dual band camera and it's Wi-Fi 6 compatible. We've got two-way audio. Take a listen. Testing, two-way audio, two-way audio. How do I sound? How do I sound? How is the clarity? How is the clarity? Testing. You can scare away intruders with bright lights and sirens. We've got an IP65 weather rating. And one of my favorite features of Reolink is their time-lapse feature, and I love that this camera is compatible. All right, now let's check out some of the highlights of the Reolink app specific to this camera. There's your image. Now, when you're looking live, you can pause the video, you can mute your audio, you can do a still picture or a video clip, change your resolution, and if you hit those arrows, you can go full screen. Right above the image, you've got your spotlight and your siren, if you want to activate that. Going below the image all the way to the bottom, that's where you can talk through the camera. You've got your pan tilt controls, and then you can go to playback. In playback, you can change your date. You've got your events down below, and you can scroll with your finger or your thumb. Up at the top, you can control how fast your playback is, and then you can also download a clip. Going back to the image, let's go to the settings wheel at the top right. There's your camera information. Pre-recording mode. Now this is pretty cool. You can usually only do this with a wired NVR system. Basically, this means that you can change the duration of the pre-record. A lot of complaints with, let's say, Ring. You've got an event at your video doorbell, and when you go to look at the video, you just see the person walking away. Well, with the pre-record, you can avoid that because it'll record more of the event. And so you've got different controls here. You can actually even control your frame rate for the pre-record. So this is very cool to have this in a Wi-Fi camera. There's your battery information, your Wi-Fi information. You go to display, you can change things like the timestamp, where it's at, the watermark, things like that. You can toggle on and off your audio, the light. You can do the status LED, and you can also do your spotlight. You can either do auto mode, or you can actually turn the spotlight off. Your PIR motion sensor, and then you can also do the sensitivity. Your detection alarm. You can do detection zones, the sensitivity, the object size, auto tracking. So when the pan tilt will follow an object, you can toggle that on and off. Tracking type, you can do person, vehicle, animal. Tracking method is pan tilt, like I just said. You can do a schedule, then you can toggle on and off your camera recording. You can do a schedule. You can also do a post-motion record duration. So again, this is very cool, and you can control how much before the event and how much after the event it records, so that way you don't miss anything. Toggle on and off your push notifications. Now this is out on our terrace. We use it all the time, so I have those turned off, otherwise they'd go off all the time. Set up email alerts. You can toggle on and off your siren. The time-lapse feature, I love this feature. I have a time-lapse set up for sunset tonight. I use it all the time, but you can do sunrise, sunset, you can do a custom time. It's just an awesome feature, and I love it. That's the highlights of the Reolink app specific to this camera. Okay, let's talk my review. Pros and cons. Let's start with the pros. I absolutely love that you can do continuous recording on this camera. Even if it's just up to 8 days, that's not bad for a battery camera. So that is a big time pro. Not only that, but you're doing that continuous recording in 4K resolution. Speaking of which, the fact that this is a 4K resolution camera, definite pro. Again, if you've never checked out Reolink's ColorX technology, their color night vision, it's top notch. It truly almost makes it look like it's daylight. So that is a definite pro. Local storage is always a plus. Who doesn't like free when it comes to storage? It's great that this camera is solar panel ready, so you don't have to worry about charging that battery. I've said this before, but I love Reolink's time-lapse feature. I used to use it with Nest cameras back in the day. I used it all the time, had these cool apartments in downtown Omaha with all these cool views, and it's cool to watch storms and such. Well, it's fantastic that Reolink has that now, and I use that all the time. We talked about this as far as the highlights of the app. I love the pre-recording feature. A lot of the problems with Wi-Fi, people say it all the time about Ring cameras. You're watching something and you just see the person walking away. You don't see them walking up because it missed it. Well, this pre-recording option helps solve that. So it's great that you have that flexibility here with Reolink. All right, moving on to the cons. And my first con is maybe more of a personal preference. But as far as the design of Reolink's cameras, this one isn't necessarily my favorite. I feel normally they look nice and modern and sleek. I don't know. There's just something about this one that's not my favorite. Again, a very small gripe. It's still a cool camera and the features are fantastic, but I guess if I had a con, it'd be the appearance. You may completely disagree with me and love the look of this camera. All right, my second con, and this is again, George being a broken record, no Apple Home or Apple HomeKit integration, no HomeKit secure video option. Reolink, this is my plea to you. I love you and your Wi-Fi cameras. You're awesome to work with. I appreciate you sending me these cameras, but please listen to me and listen to all the other people out there that are requesting this. Give us Apple Home integration. You know, I keep saying that I'm searching for that perfect Wi-Fi camera. So many of your cameras are so close. And if you had Apple Home, man, I think you would have hit the nail on the head several times with your cameras, including this one. Just throwing it out there. All right, that's my review of the Reolink Altas PT Ultra. What do you think? Are you a fan of Reolink? Do you like their Wi-Fi cameras? Do you like their wired NVR systems? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite Wi-Fi camera? Is there a Wi-Fi camera out there you'd like me to review? Let me know that as well. All right, till the next video. Peace and love, my friends.